Alright, so all of you professional makeup artists and special effects people, don't come at me because I didn't lay this down right. I am just an average person deciding to, do something for Halloween, so I don't have all of the, skills and everything to do it professionally. I decided to put this scar here because that is literally where I have had a surgery scar twice now when they've had to go in and do stuff for my cancer. They cut me right along here, and I just saw this prosthetic scar sitting in my stuff and decided to go ahead and give it a go on my neck. I'm waiting for the glue to dry on it, and I went ahead and decided to put this one over that scar that's on my wrist. It looks just like this scar. I am left-handed and I'm putting my makeup on and I'm doing all of this left-handed, so I'm trying to give the glue a good chance to dry on here, but it still takes something to pop open, same as, come off, same as this one on my neck does, because, anytime I'm moving or moving around, I think I'm going to need to take my earrings off, because I'm going to have to put the latex around here to help with the latex getting on my earrings. I haven't ever even opened this up for last year or the year before, probably the year before. I think I bought this off of Amazon. So yeah, it's already a 2-year-old product. I hope it didn't go bad. So I'm just going to start applying this along the edges of my pieces that I have on my skin. Everywhere it's blending in really good except for this spot right here. And I went ahead and put just a little dab of it along the pentagram shape because in my mind I'm sitting here thinking that the makeup might adhere better to that. I may be wrong and I may be messing things up. We'll see. Alright, but that needs to dry, so I'm going to do it around my wrist thing right now and let this stuff dry, and I'll be back. As it's drying a much darker color than my actual skin tone, because I'm really, really pale. It's going on really light and pale, but then it's dry and dark. Alright, so I do have it around my wrist scar, and now to build my scar on my arm, I'm going to use some cotton balls and the liquid latex. Let's go ahead and grab a few of them out and unravel them. So I've seen people do it with paper towels, I've seen people do it with cotton balls. You're supposed to be able to unravel the cotton ball. There we go, that's better. Alright, I'm still waiting for everything to dry really well. I'm going to start the process of the scar, and it is a long process. I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but I'm going to angle the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to start with that liquid latex, and I'm just going to put it all down my scar that I already have. Of course, if you're just building it, you don't have a scar there, most people don't, then you just put it where you want your scar to go. I am traveling along the actual scar that I already have on my arm. And then I'm going to take the cotton ball that I unraveled, and I'm going to lay it down on top of that liquid latex. I do want to kind of leave a gap, a little bit of an opening in the middle so that I can paint it, and make it look like a bloody open wound. So that's why I used 2 separate pieces, and I'm separating them out a little bit now. And then I'm just going to keep going over this cotton with more and more latex, one coat at a time, and let it dry, and then come over it with more. So this is a process that's going to take quite a while, Okay, so latex on my face is dry. I'm still not happy with that part. It didn't lay down right, and that's my fault. Oh well. That one has laid down pretty good. Even with me moving around, it's not coming loose. Now, on my arm, it's still dry, and you can see it's still wet. When I first showed you that I had put down 2 different cotton balls, that was too big and bulky, so I took those off, and I split one cotton ball down the middle, and I laid that down. Now, this part is looking pretty good. It's drying, but this is the last thing that I did, so it's still quite wet, and it looks like a mess right now. I am going to go ahead and start doing something with my face now. So I'm going to use my normal, I'm going to go in with just my normal foundation and do a little bit of a normal makeup look. And pick up a sponge. Problem is I'm left-handed. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay. Oh, I can't do that. The arm wants to bend too much. Alright, I've never done my makeup with the opposite hand before, so this is interesting. I can't. I'm just gonna have to bend my elbow. Alright, so I made a big mess, and a lot of it got on my shirt because I was bending my arm too much. So I obviously didn't think this through very well. But I do need the more precision and control that I can get using my dominant hand, so I knew there was a reason at first that I was going to do this last after I did my face, but I got too involved, and now here I am with my latex getting all over my shirt. Now normally I would go in and set my foundation with some powder, but I am not done, and I'm going to make some bruises and some other things on my face, so that's just going to have to settle in. And I'm going to go in with my Veron bruise wheel, and I took some makeup sponges and tore the ends of them up to make them have a stippling effect. But the first thing that I want to do is go in with that brighter red shade, and I'm just going to get some kind of on the end, the pointy end of one of these sponges, and I want to very lightly go over the pentagram because I want to make it look like it was freshly burned into my skin. And now that that looks a little more red and irritated and freshly burned, I guess you might say, this one's thin but wide. I think it'll work. Yeah, that part is really bothering me. If it wasn't for that whole thing looks like it's blending in quite seamlessly. Actually, I just found my Supernatural Join the Hunt eyeshadow, and it has its own little brush in it. And I'm going to go into the darker color, and then just outline, kind of put a little bit of shadow effect in here. I keep messing up this stuff on my arm because I keep using my arm here. Anyway, now I want a little bit of a fluffier brush. I'm trying to just use this. I can't use that hand. And I just want to go along the edge, if I can, and just smudge out that black a little bit. And so I'm going to start with that lightest red, and I'm going to use the sponge that I sort of did the stippling effect with, and then the darker red color. I'm putting it around the pentagram too because I want this area to just look really raw and painful, as if it's been, branded onto me, and then, the skin around it got real irritated. I'm just going to kind of turn that sponge over to that other side and get some of the black, or it's more of a deep blue, I think. I'm going to clean sponge and just sort of blend that out a little bit where it seems like it was too, I don't know, too stippled on or something. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the green, kind of just along the edges. I'm not putting much. I think the green tone really adds in the bruised effect. And now I'm going to go ahead and put my normal just powder over all of this. And I'm going to kind of finish up my face makeup. I'm going to do my eyes like normal and put those lashes on and put some lipstick on. I still need to wait for this to dry. There's a lot that I need to do with it, but I'll be right back with a finished face in just a minute. Alright, I have most of my makeup look done. I'm still unhappy with that part right there that it'll have to do. I'm gonna put some fake blood on this scar. Alright, now I need to work on my arm. It's a lot drier now, and I think it's ready for me to start putting the safety pins in it, so let me see what I can go ahead and start doing with that. I like my earrings. If I just cover up that part, it looks really good. And I am going to turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing with my arm. The scary part of this is that it feels like I am actually poking it through my own skin because it's, it's tough and it's dried now, and so it's got that resistance. Very freaky. Alright, I've got all of the safety pins in. Now the only thing left to do is to get it coated with blood. Now I wonder if this is going to dry at all, or if it's just going to be a bloody mess, a bloody sticky mess all over my arm. But here's what we have now. What do you think? That is my Halloween look for this year, and I am trying to get my daughter to agree to go out to dinner with me, but she's not wanting to. I don't really blame her.